The foreign secretaries of India and Pakistan are to meet in Islamabad in less than a week from now. The foundation for this meeting was set when Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif flew into India and met Prime Minister Narendra Modi at his swearing-in ceremony in Delhi. But that build-up has been marred by a series of ceasefire violations by Pakistan Army and Rangers along the 200-kilometer-long international border between India and Pakistan and along the line of control south of Pir Panjal. Just last night, 20 border security force outposts came under intense shelling from heavy mortars fired by Pakistan Rangers. This started around 9:30 last night, continued till 7 this morning. What is worse, Pakistan's High Commissioner to India has sought a meeting with separatist leaders in Delhi as part of this underhand diplomacy that Pakistan continues. The foreign secretary level talks will be held in Islamabad. Now this is between Sujata Singh and Azaz Ahmad Chaudhary. Even as preparations are on for this meeting, these are pictures we are getting to you from Arnia and Ranbir Singh Pura in the Jammu sector. These are villagers whose houses have been damaged. Villagers have been injured in unprovoked Pakistani firing along the international border. There's firing and there is shelling. According to the BSF, this is unprovoked. BSF confirms they have retaliated in a calibrated, though restrained manner. This firing started around 9:30 last night. One civilian has been injured in the Pakistan Rangers firing. Now, there have been 10 instances of ceasefire violation in the past 9 days. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during his Leh visit earlier, had said that Pakistan Army does not have the capability to fight India in conventional war, and that is why they're resorting to proxy war. Pakistan's High Commissioner's invite to separatists to keep the Kashmir issue alive has also antagonized India. The same had been indicated by Nawaz Sharif, who recently said that Kashmir was the source of considerable tension between India and Pakistan. Pakistan failing to take action against Hafiz Mohammad Saeed, the mastermind of 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks and the founder of Lashkar-e-Taiba, is also a bone of contention between India and Pakistan. Headlines today is Ashwini Kumar now joins me with the latest from Jammu. Ashwini, 10 ceasefire violations in the past 9 days. What is the bigger Pakistani game plan along the international border?
Yeah, Gaurav, last night at 9:30, Pakistani Rangers started unprovoked firing on the Pittal post in Arnia subsector, and there was no retaliation earlier by the BSF. They wanted to take the strategy of the Pakistani Ranger, and immediately around 1 a.m. early in the morning, midnight, Pakistani start unprovoked firing on the around 20 border security force post from Arnia to Arispura sector, and continuously the firing was continuing up to 7 a.m. early in the morning, and several houses were damaged because of the 81 mm mortar shell firing from the Pakistanis and small arms also. And there is some injury also to one of the villagers, and there is no loss of from BSF side. Yeah.
Stay with me, Ashwini. Now, there is a coordinated approach being adopted by Pakistan. There is tremendous internal strife in Pakistan. There's political pressure that Nawaz Sharif is under with political pressure. Also, the Pakistan army is under pressure on its western front. Is that why Pakistan is increasing focus on the eastern flank? That's point one. And point two, what is this meeting with the Hurriyat conference leaders, with separatist leaders in New Delhi? How can Abdul Basit, Pakistan's High Commissioner to India, invite Hurriyat leadership? Rajiv Dogra is India's former Consul General in Karachi, former ambassador. He joins us on the phone line now. Rajiv Dogra, what do you make of this coordinated attempt by Pakistan in what appears to be an attempt to derail the talks, firing along LC and also meeting Hurriyat leaders in Delhi?
Well, Pakistan has always set the agenda with India, right from 1947, when they first pushed in intruders into Kashmir Valley. They have been in the driver's seat. And just now they are doing it once again despite huge internal problems. But the issue here really is that what is the duty of a diplomat? Is it to promote relations or to be an instrument in the breakup of the country that he is accredited to? Abdul Basit, right from the word go, has been super active in making all efforts in promoting Hurriyat, in meeting separatists, and in encouraging them. Be it his very first meeting in India, which was at Gilani, even before he met the president and presented his credentials, or his Independence Day, or now. After all, Foreign Secretary's talks were supposed to be the first step in the summit leading up to, hopefully, Prime Minister's meeting in New York in September. Now, even before the first step has started, he's put in the spanner in the works. So the question really is, the focus really should be on the role of Basit, whether he is here accredited as an ambassador or he is here to sow the seed of dissensions in India. The second thing is, why is the Pakistan army and its various security forces trying to upset the equilibrium which was obtaining so far at the line of control and on the international border? I think that is all a part of the same design as Basit is weaving in India.
Stay with me for a moment, sir. Let me quickly bring in headlines today's Deputy Editor Defence, Shiv Arur, for more on this. Shiv, the day Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that Pakistan has lost the capability to fight a conventional military war with India, he said this at Leh. Since that day, firing and shelling has intensified along the international border. Is that what your sources in Army headquarters and BSF telling you?
Well, it certainly has intensified, Gaurav. The provocations have been on for, by and large, the last 18 months to 20 months. In fact, since January 2013 is when we've seen, a sudden, a very, very steep rise in ceasefire violations. And that's continued, virtually without end right through the election campaign this year and even now. And the difference that we're seeing now is, like you pointed out when you opened this show, Gaurav, is that we're seeing specific attacks on the international border, at BSF posts as well. What we've seen over the last 18 months is a huge amount of violent activity on the line of control. It's extended now to the IB, which has, by and large, in comparison, been much more peaceful than the LC. So that's one disturbing point. Whether or not it's a direct response to what the Prime Minister said in Leh, could be a matter, of simple numbers. 10 provocations in just the last few days means obviously there's been a very steep arithmetic rise in the number of provocations. There have been infiltration attempts we've seen on the LC, which go unreported because they've successfully been able to rebuff infiltrators. So absolutely, I think we've put it in an exact manner that these provocations are threefold. You've got the provocations happening, you've got rhetoric coming in from Pakistan about the intended talks, and here in the national capital, you've got High Commissioner Abdul Basit, intending to meet the Hurriyat on the 25th of this month ahead of those Foreign Secretary level talks. It's a definite message, and like Ambassador Dogra said, it's Pakistan, calling the shots as far as these talks are concerned.
We'll continue to track that story very closely. For the moment, Ambassador Dogra, Shiv Arur and Ashwini Kumar in Jammu, many thanks for joining me.